Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all the latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you have any question you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. So guys, it's been one heck of a week, getting a lot of new products. So I did, of course, get the Galaxy Z Fold 2. So we'll be going over this beautiful device soon, including some really big features that apparently a lot of other YouTubers haven't gotten actually. So we'll be going over how Instagram works perfectly, just perfect. And also how you can get a different input that you might not know about. And get a really cool case. This probably is the most sought after case right now. It is basically the kickstand case for it, and it really makes it look awesome. So going to definitely get to that. We also have a bendable watch while we're at it too. This is the Nubia watch. So we're gonna be going over that too, just testing it out at the moment. And then I get my Galaxy Tab S7 Plus in, I believe, tomorrow, and then my new laptop, I believe, on Wednesday. So a lot of new stuff coming in, a lot of things going out, sold phones, sold, this laptop's already sold as well. I'm just gonna sell my external graphics card and yeah, my external graphics card enclosure and external graphics card, which is a 2070 Super. And I should finally be done selling stuff. So yeah, got to pay for all this stuff for sure. All right, now let's get started with the news. So first bit of news this week is on Samsung's announcement, which they'll be doing later this week, I believe on the 23rd. And that is for the FE, the fan event, which is going to be the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. So this device will be a 6.5 inch full HD plus display, so 1080p display. You're going to be getting 120 Hz refresh rate with that 1080p display. You'll be getting a nice price according to Jimmy's promo. You'll also be getting IP68, which we expected 3 times optical, so pretty good. At least we're getting 3 times optical on there. And then you are getting a 32 megapixel selfie. So a little improved, I believe, than some of the other selfies out there compared to what Samsung has. But it might be more of an A series sensor, which we'll get to the new sensors coming up in a second. Basically, it's supposed to be looking like, I think he meant size-wise, it's supposed to be between the S20 and S20 Plus, but it could also mean price-wise. I hope not. I hope this phone is cheaper. I'm hoping for about $800 to $700 for this device, but we'll have to wait and see. Samsung definitely needs a hit. They have not done as well this year, and they definitely need it. Those rising prices definitely hurt them. The biggest thing that I will say that I'm surprised this phone is 5G, because I don't think it needed to be 5G. I think it could have really sold well if it was cheaper price without the 5G. But I just think that probably that was the whole thing with Samsung in terms of their sensors, that they needed it to be 5G as well. All right, then we have the new camera sensors coming out for next year's models. And so first we'll get to the actual sensors themselves, and then we'll get to a new type of sensor that's gonna be out. So first off, we have the new sensors which are coming in, and let's just go over it. So they are a smaller sensor, but they have a new ISO cell name, basically, that is supposed to let in more light, even though they're going to be a smaller sensor. So this should lead to a smaller camera hump for the 108 megapixel camera and a 64 megapixel camera effectively for next year. Because they are a smaller sensor, they're going to be 0.7 instead of 0.8. But it should still let in more light because of the new ISO cell technology. So we'll have to wait and see how it actually goes. But main thing you should take away from here is that they should be a smaller sensor, and we'll still have to wait and see how it is in terms of low light, because typically when you go smaller sensor, you lose that low light quality. They could correct this, by the way, with going with the variable aperture. So that is another possibility too. We know they had that with the S9, S10, and they went away from it on the S20 because it's a much bigger sensor and it's very hard to do that. So maybe if they have a better aperture, they could actually have even better low light than the current series does. Which for me, what I've noticed about Samsung's cameras this year is they let in a little bit too much light for most cases, especially during the day or if there's windows open. I notice a lot when there's windows open, there really is a haze that Samsung doesn't correct for. You can turn down the EV to help it, but when a lot of people say about getting the G cam for Samsung, which I got one working for the Note 20, no problem, but I'm currently trying to find one that works for the Fold. But the main thing that I would say that the software does for Gcam much better than the Note software is on automatic shooting, you can get rid of that haze that comes through with a lot of window shots. And then we have a very surprising new patent coming out for them. So they have a new ISO cell vision, and what this is a new time of flight sensor for upcoming smartphones. Now, the reason why this is so surprising is because from what we had heard for the past couple months, about 3 months or so, is that Samsung is moving towards LiDAR technology, the same thing that iPhones will have in their phones this year, and same thing that iPad Pro started with earlier this year. So that seemed to be the better technology compared to time of flight sensors. Currently aren't doing that well at distinguishing better portrait shots, which it was the whole purpose of them being made. The new ISO vision is supposed to be 3D-like technology in terms of how it maps everything out. So it's supposed to map out 3D objects better so that it can tell the difference of depth between something like, say, here and here more accurately. Now, will this be effective? Will this actually help? Hopefully. I mean, the whole idea behind this was to get better portrait shots and to eventually help out with augmented reality. The big thing about this one is you have to believe that this is the technology that Samsung's also going to be putting into their augmented reality glasses as of right now. That is the big reason why they are investing more money into this technology, is because of everyone will be having augmented reality glasses as soon as next year. It could be pushed back a year because of all the production issues, because of everything that's happened. It could be pushed back till 2022, but do not think that that is far off. It's not. Augmented reality was supposed to come out in 2021 from Apple, and then following would be from Google and Samsung. That might have been pushed back a year to 2022, and it might still come out next year, but that is supposed to be the big thing for next year. So we'll get to see that, hopefully. All right, and then we have the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, the limited edition titanium edition. And it is beautiful. I will just say that. It is really, really beautiful. The thing is we don't really see it coming to the US. It looks like it will only be going to Korea and Europe, at least for the time being. $600 equivalent basically over there. Still not coming to the US, but we'll see if it does come out eventually. There are rumors now that it could come out October 2nd. It has already come out in Europe and South Korea. So we'll see if the demand is high enough, we might get it over here, but at least for right now, nothing. All right, and then the big thing that happened this week. I was all in on this, trust me. So Sony made their announcement, and as most of you know, I am Team Sony. I am Team Sony because for me, at the end of the day, I want games, I want exclusives. Xbox has no exclusives. They have purposely already said that they will have no exclusives for their console. It will be across the board on the older Xboxes. So if you have an Xbox X, you're gonna get every single game that you get on an Xbox Series X. There will be no exclusives. You will also get pretty much 90% of them on PC as well, because again, it's on Windows, right? So there's not an incentive, in my opinion, to get a new Xbox other than updated graphics, which is great, but PS5 will be having the exclusive titles, basically. So that's the big thing that definitely stands out. However, when it came to their announcements, they announced it $399, $499, digital version, disc version, no differences except for digital and disc. That's it. And then they said that on Twitter, the pre-orders will start tomorrow. That was stated. This was happening while I was at work, so that's how much I know. Then I saw on Slick Deals, which if you want to keep track of the next pre-orders, download Slick Deals app or go to slickdeals.net and kind of just keep track of it, because they updated every single time this happened. Slick Deals had shown that Walmart had it right now, and Walmart was the first. They caused all the issues, by the way. Walmart had it available for pre-order. The discless one, it went out like that. The digital one went out like that, but the disc one was still available. I had thought about buying it from there, but I was like, no, I'll wait for the digital. Then I went to go grab some coffee with a coworker, came back, my wife had told me, oh, Target was selling it. And by the time I got to my computer, it was sold out. It was sold out. So I was like, geez, okay, well, like, buy it, like, and, I'll move funds so that you don't have to pay for it. But yeah, just buy it if you see it, because I'm at work, I can't do it. So after work at 6 p.m., I start, it was right before I was getting off work, Best Buy went live, and then GameStop went live. And so all of these different ones were going on, right? So it was just like one after another. And like I basically stayed at work just so I could try to buy one. Didn't get through to Best Buy, had the same issue that everyone else had. I got to the cart, so I was actually in the cart, but could not complete it from there. That's the part that I got to for Best Buy. And then GameStop I was locked out of. I couldn't get through the next step. My wife got the most expensive package available for GameStop, because apparently there was a rumor that if you get the bundles for GameStop, you were actually moved to the front of the line compared to the regular system. I don't know if that was true or not, but she did get it because of that. So she got the disc version with, like, again, it was $800 worth, so it was like all the extra stuff that I wouldn't want. So I was like, fine, I'll buy it and then I'll sell the stuff that I don't need, kind of thing. I didn't really care for the disc one anymore, because I don't see myself using disc anymore. I really do see myself going completely digital. But then I didn't trust places like Best Buy, because Best Buy was really like I could almost get it. So that night, Best Buy is Central Time. So basically starting at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and midnight, I would try to buy it to see if it would come through. And it would go off of the coming soon and get back on the add to cart. So I went in, so I tried, it kept giving me the same error. At about 11:50 p.m., I started doing it again. Again, it kept giving me error. But basically at midnight, it flipped. And because I was already in the cart, it let me check out. So I don't know, because of, Amazon is already warning that, that you're not getting them on time. As of right now, it looks like I can't return the GameStop one because it has the gift cards, kind of stuff. So I will see what I will be able to do. I rather have the disc. So for Best Buy, I got the one I wanted, the digital and the extra controller. That's it. That's all I wanted. I just wanted that. I will have to see if GameStop will let me return it later, because it doesn't look like it'll let me return now. I don't want to make like a huge profit or anything like that. Like, I just want to get all the money back if possible. So we'll see how it goes, but it really is that crazy. So all that to say that it was a complete mess. There are many people that didn't get any. I got one that I didn't want, but hopefully I want whatever one I'm going to get to keep on launch day. So hopefully that'll be at the Best Buy one, but who knows if that gets pushed back. It's really just crazy in terms of that. So Sony has said over the next few days, and who knows how much longer, they will do another pre-order batch, basically, but they are going to control it this time. So that's really important because obviously it was really unfair for people. It was really wrong for the way they did it. And I feel like I knew how certain systems worked, and I know how Best Buy system works specifically. Used to work there throughout college. So like I know their .com and how the issues that it has, but also like, I don't know, just the little tricks and tips you can do. So it really was something that I knew once people stopped trying, that it was a possibility that I would still get in there. But who knows if that actually goes through. Like, we have the email confirmations, but even that is something that could not happen. So Sony is saying that there will be new pre-orders coming. I'll post it on my Twitter. I'll post it on Facebook if I get official word from it. But definitely something that I think a lot of people are interested in, because they sold out like crazy, right? It was really crazy because you saw influencers not be able to get it. Like I saw Angry Joe, your average consumer, all these top YouTubers just not able to get it. And I was like, wow, like they're not able to get it. And they might get, a pre-copy kind of thing and all that kind of stuff. But the fact that they couldn't even buy it, it was pretty crazy. All right, guys, that was the news. Start asking your questions in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Z Fold, I can't put down the phone. Can't wait to see your videos. I have some really cool videos. I've really been paying attention to every video people have put out, and trust me, I will have some unique videos that no one has put out. Again, I fixed Instagram. Instagram works perfectly the way I use it. And just there are some really cool extras that I'm going to go into for the Z Fold. So yeah, it's really awesome. I am transitioning everything tonight. I have to do my video on how to save battery life and how to make it faster, because the battery life isn't the best on this one out the box. But you know me, I'm going to ramp it up and get 3 or 4 more hours out of it once I do this. I hope the S21, Note 21 will be better than what's now. I mean, of course they will be better, but it's more how much better will it be? That's, I think, the biggest thing is how much better will it actually be in terms of what we have now, right? Because some people didn't see, besides the optical zoom, besides the bigger battery, some people really didn't see a big difference on why anyone should go from the Note 10 to the Note 20. So yeah, so there's a lot of things out there for that, but it's definitely stuff that I'm curious to see what will happen. Whoa, Biggs, thank you so much for your super chat donation. That is a huge chat donation. If you have any questions, Matt, feel free to ask in the comment section. I'll answer whatever you have to ask, but thank you so much for that super chat donation. Huge donation. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Trust me, it's going towards all these electronics. All these electronics that I'm buying. I mean, you figure I've spent over $5,000 in the past 2 weeks with all these products. So, yeah. Let's see. Could be no more Note line. That is definite possibility. The biggest thing I would say that I have to have for the Fold 3, I am getting some high CPU warning, so I am sorry if we start getting delays. Those delays typically have an issue with the audio, so I am sorry if we get any of those. I wanted to apologize ahead of time. Again, by next week, I should have my new laptop. I have a lot to set up, but I should have a new laptop by next week. So yeah. What was I saying though? saying something. Oh yeah, the no line. I definitely, on the Fold 3, I need an S Pen. I definitely need an S Pen. I already have a pen, but I definitely need an S Pen. Are you going to do a video on Gcam for the Note 20 Ultra? I know it's been really requested, so I think I will. I think I will do a Gcam for the Note 20 Ultra. I'm gonna try it, but the biggest problem with this is I got a strike before because of doing a video on showing how to download an app. So I hope I don't get another strike because of it. But yeah, so that's the main reason why I've been hesitant to ever do a Gcam video on it. And this was a long time. Like the video, it came out over 2 years ago, and then I got a strike on it this past year. Keep in mind, if I get a strike, I can't live stream. I can't even upload for a certain time period, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. But it's a lot of issues. So I'm always hesitant on it, but I know a lot of people have been asking for that one. And I got a working version of Gcam on it for a while, almost since launch. So yeah, I'll probably do that for you guys. Hands-on with the Microsoft Duo at Best Buy, was not impressed. Yeah, again, I think too many influencers got of the beauty of the engineering, and it is beautifully engineered. It's so thin. Here's the thing, I don't want something that thin. I want something with a bigger battery. I want something, if it's gonna be that big and last, and you know, it's supposed to be productivity, it should last me a weekend. Like, you have the room for 2 bigger batteries, use it. And you know, it's putting the look of elegance over productivity, in my opinion. They should have had a camera on the outside. It would have been better, it would have made more sense, or they could have even had a triple camera set up at the top. Those bezels are big enough to do it, but to do an actually good camera sensor, it would have needed to be bigger. The video quality is actually pretty decent. If you see Juan Carlos Bagnell's video, he did a 4K stream on it. It was good on that sense. And sorry, we're running into some lag now. But that was the thing, is the photos don't look that good, to be quite honest. It really doesn't, in my opinion. But the video doesn't look that bad. So yeah, I was not impressed with it in terms of just everything it has to offer. It just doesn't interest me. I do love dual screen phones, though. I love LG phones. Reached out to LG for the Wing. They said they would put us on the list. We've been on the list before, so we'll see if we actually get it. I'm obviously not one of the first people that are getting it, but we'll see how it goes. Where can we find a non-Samsung Z Fold cases? They're all back ordered. So the Z Fold definitely sold more than last year's Z Fold, regular Fold. So because of that, everyone is sold out of the cases. Everyone has a couple weeks out for the cases. In terms of this one, I did get it from mobilefun.com. They do have some others. I'll just put it in the chat so you guys can see it. mobilefun.com. So that's the website that I got it from. They sent it to me. I actually ordered one besides of it because I really wanted this case and I didn't know which one I would get sooner. So I only got one in so far, but I'm gonna get another one in. So that's really nice because I have a friend that he's waiting for his case and it's like a couple weeks out. Spigen has some cases available on Amazon. UAG is another case maker that does have a case for it. They are sold out right now, unfortunately. The real big thing about the UAG case, it's the only one that I've seen really that's the front and the back. So Samsung, this case is only protecting one side. So it's only protecting the back half. So there's nothing protecting the front of the screen. Elixir did send me some screen protectors so that if this front screen protector goes bad, I can put that one on. And even one for the back screen, but of course I have the case in there, so I don't need that covered. But those are the ones that I know of. No news on the PlayStation 5. No news since the announcement. And again, that was the big news that they will be having some more pre-orders, but we don't know when. I ordered a Spigen one, but it won't get here till October 9th. Yeah, that's what, again, a lot of people are backdated. If you didn't order it at launch, I think everyone thought about the case the week after, to be quite honest, because it was still available on day one. Like, you can get the case on day one. But everyone, I think, kind of, because like I saw it the first week, you could still pretty much get it, but as soon as the second week hit, it was pushed back. And as soon as everyone tried to like, oh, I got the phone, let me get a case for it. What? They're sold out for like weeks. That's what happened, basically. I'm definitely, whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Let's see. I'm definitely getting a PS5 as I have an Xbox S. Yes, if you have an Xbox S or an Xbox X, you are going to get every single new game that the Xbox Series X will get. I mean, if you really notice the difference between 1080p 60 frames versus 4K 60 frames, then yeah, you might lose out a little bit of that. You might lose a little bit out on the different ray tracing. But other than that, who cares? Like, seriously. Any word on when the iPhone announcement will be? Everything is pointing towards October, probably the first week of October. So yeah, we'll see. I am expecting Apple to make an announcement about the announcement next week. So I don't expect anything this week, but I do expect something next week. It will be funny if they announce it on my son's birthday, just because I'll be like, really, Apple, you had to ruin this day. But yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, did you get the new laptop in? No, it is scheduled for Tuesday, but it like requires a signature, and some of them are okay with it, some of them aren't with just leaving it there because it's a laptop package. I don't know if I think it's UPS will be okay with it. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, because I'm not here to sign for it, so that's always a thing. You know, depending on my baby sleeping, no one could answer the door, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I'll wait till the hype is over to get it. They're going like hotcakes. Yes, the PlayStation 5 sold out right away. You know what would be funny? If the Xbox doesn't sell out right away. Because Xbox was clowning on PlayStation because they were like, oh, we're going to get our pre-orders right. And it's just going to be funny if that happens because, of course, it's like, okay, you could say you're going to get them right, but will as many people buy those as they were buying PlayStations? So that's a real question in my opinion, but let's wait and see. The one thing Apple updated on the Apple Watch 6 is the colors. Whoa! Sorry, a bunch of questions and super chats just loaded. Everybody drink. Whoa! More super chats. Regina, thank you so much for your super chat donation. Lori, thank you so much for yours. Hope this helps with all the new tech. Thank you guys so much. MFX, thank you so much. Thank you for the coffee. I actually just finished having a coffee before we got started. It's so funny because I drink hot coffee. I don't like iced coffee. I like frappuccinos or hot coffee. So like I have to put the fans on full blast when I'm having the hot coffee, or else I'll just like in this heat. It's still a little hot here, so yeah. Thanks. Saw them deliveries about was late October, November for models I liked. All the others that we can't get within a week or two that aren't Spigen. So yeah, so UAG, I'm not sure how far off it is. I know when I went to their website, you could get notified when it gets back in stock. So I did that because I am curious in that case, just because it covers my front screen as well as the back. And I'm very curious to see how a case works like that. But yeah, so those are the main ones I would say. But yeah, this was for sure. I would say the gold standard because this one sold out like crazy for sure. So I was thankful for Mobile Fun for sending it to me because that was just awesome. Like that I had it day one. I'm very fortunate in that aspect. It's a race to which PS5 gets there first. Just quick. Oh yeah. Why does the Z Fold look so small in the hand close? It's very narrow. So a lot of people equate it to a Sony. So I think this one's dead because I haven't charged it for a little bit. But so I equivalent it to like a Sony because they're very narrow. So that is definitely probably the most thing I would say it's similar to is a Sony smartphone in comparison to it. But yeah, if you compare it to like the Note, you can see just how much of a difference it really is. So yeah, very narrow in terms of how it is. Like it definitely looks narrow in comparison to it. But when you open it up, it's just so inviting. So like it really is just like a really nice, fun. That's what I can really say. It's just fun. Like you want to keep using it. You want to see what you can do with it. You want to see all the fun things you can test out. I mean, you open up apps that you probably haven't done for a while, basically, in terms of it. So yeah, just really great all the way around, I would say. Wow. That Sony held its battery life. I don't think I've turned it on for about 2 or 3 weeks, so that's impressive. I have to get a new monitor. Would you recommend a curve or a flat? Ooh, okay. So, well, I have a curved monitor. So I do like curved monitors because I feel like if you're the only one seeing it, that's where curved displays were really good. The downside of curved displays is you can't see every angle if like other people are sitting next to you. Their view is not as good as a flat monitor would be. So here's the thing. With the curved display, I like it better. I would recommend a curved display. I have pretty much had Samsung monitors for a while now. I'm actually taking one of them to work, funny enough. And it's going to be my new monitor at work. I'm going to have a dual setup. This was a 27-inch monitor that I have that I was using as a reference monitor, meaning when I film in my filming station over here, I basically always had it so I could see the display. Unfortunately, that monitor is just not accurate in terms of it. If you saw some of the case videos for the Note, they were a little dark, and it was because I was referencing my monitor instead of checking my camera, and the camera would be dark and the monitor would look perfect. So the monitor wasn't referencing correctly. I could troubleshoot and all that kind of stuff, but I just got a reference monitor, which are like small 7-inch monitors, which is perfect. So because I wasn't using it, I was like, oh, I'll use it at work. My job said they were cool with it, so I'm gonna have a dual display monitor set up at work. So that's pretty cool. So that was the one. I had two 27 inches before, and now I have a 49-inch display, so a really big one. But yeah, 27, 34 are really good sizes. If you can get 43, great. But like, I really do prefer curved monitors. I've had Samsung for the past couple of years. Most people know I get a discount with them, so that's why I continue to go with them. But you know, any monitor that's on sale, that's good quality, that has what you're looking for, is really the most important thing. I didn't get the top of the line 49-inch. I got the old version. Like the new 49 inches are much better resolution, faster, all this kind of stuff. I'm fine with what I have. I don't really game as much on my PC as I used to. I don't really game as much as I used to. I'm so far behind in games right now. Have you tried the Z Fold 5G? Yes, I have that. That's the phone that I've been having and been showing off all that kind of stuff. I forgot that I was going to do this, but if you guys can, I forgot that I was going to do this one, but I'll just mention it now. Mr. Mobile, my favorite YouTuber, is doing a hell of a giveaway for you guys right now. for everyone basically. And all that you have to do is screenshot a YouTuber that you think deserves more subscribers. So I'm putting it in the comment section right now. If you guys could go to enter the contest and vote for me, I would really appreciate it. And you guys get the chance to win a lot of cool things. He has it's like over $20,000 worth of giveaways. You have the chance to get iPads, cases, earbuds, screen protectors, TCL phones, Hisense TVs, Surface Goes, all this kind of amazing giveaway stuff. But yeah, if you guys could vote for me, that would really appreciate it. I don't get anything for it. It's just kind of putting my name more out there and tagging him in it. Who knows? Maybe it could lead to a collaboration between me and my favorite YouTuber down the line. But that is just one thing that I would ask for you guys. If you guys can, that would be great. All right, let's get to the next question. Will you be getting the Poco X3 NFC 120 hours, etc. 250 US, I heard. Good value for the money. My main thing is, does it work for the US? Because none of the Poco phones have ever worked for the US. I haven't really looked that much into this phone. I'll check it out. But yeah, the biggest thing is, will it actually work for the US? Because none of the Poco phones have actually worked for the US. So yeah. Please show us the Z Fold case. Mine is back ordered. Again, it's just so it's a carbon fiber case. Really feels good to the touch. Like, has a really good grip to it. I love it too, because when I'm holding the phone, I'll typically hold it with my right hand, which I usually hold the phone with my left hand actually, and use my right to tap on everything. But with this one, I've been using my left just because on the right side, because of the grip on here. It also makes it really easy to hold like this, because that kind of bump adds a little bit better grip to it as well. So when I am holding it left on a big screen, when I'm watching something, that's really nice. And the biggest thing is of course, it has a kickstand. So you can actually have the full screen standing up at about this angle. It's a slight tilt, so not that much of a tilt, but so really nice in terms of that, like you just have it stand out right away. So I love that. It's really good. And I'll talk about that in the videos too. The display of the screen when watching a video like on YouTube on a standard 1080p video is like about 7 inches. So out of the 6-inch display, the video actually takes up about 7 inches. So it's pretty good in terms of like upgrading your display from a regular smartphone. I would say it's a pretty good upgrade. Do you think the Microsoft Duo will be a better e-reader than a phone? Well, yeah, it's great for that, right? I mean, as a book, they've really kind of stepped it up with the Kindle books. I mean, having 2 pages, that's awesome for readers. I mean, if you want to find out about that, I know Mr. Mobile talked about it in his review for it. Really nice for that purpose. Great for those things. But again, it's too expensive for that. For the price of that, you can get a Kindle and a great smartphone. So it just depends on what you're looking for. How's the battery life on the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus? So I've not gotten mine in yet. Mine is scheduled, I believe, to come tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm getting the headphones on one of the days and the tablet on another day. Got my wife the new Galaxy Beans, I keep calling them, but what are they actually called? Oh, Galaxy Bud Lives. But yeah, so getting those as well. So yeah, after I use it for about a week, I'll give you my feedback on the battery life. But I will tell you, with the Tab S6, I never had any issues. Even the Tab S4, like Samsung has really good battery life. On the Tab S4, I did a 6-hour flight total. So 3 hours going, watched videos for a few days, and then 3 hours going back, didn't charge it. So over 6 hours of watching video battery life. On the Tab S4, I never got to do that with the Tab S6 because I got the Tab S6 this year, at the beginning of this year, so didn't have much time to do that. But I And I will tell you how much the Tab S7 Plus is. I would assume really long, especially once I make my improvements. So we'll have to wait and see. I heard that there won't be a next Note. I've heard there won't be a next Note for the past 3 years. There's been a Note each year. So we'll have to wait and see. They were talking about getting rid of the Note back with the Note 7. And every year since then, the Note 8, the Note 9, the Note 10, and the Note 20 wasn't supposed to come out. It did. The problem is someone at Samsung effectively, from what I've heard, is one of the executives, is trying to get rid of the Note. But people love the Note. So he keeps kind of minimizing the differences the Note has. So then people side with him eventually. Like, okay, just get rid of the Note and put an S Pen on one of the S20s. I think that's stupid. I've always thought that's stupid. I think the Note line means something. So yeah. What's better, small 720p AMOLED smartphone or bigger 1080p IPS screen? Ooh, that's hard. I would go for AMOLED. I love AMOLED on smartphones. I really do love it. IPS is great, don't get me wrong. Like the phone we gave away, the TCL 10L, had a great IPS display. I was really surprised by how good it looked. And I said that time and time again on the first impressions video and on the review, but it was really good for the quality. So it depends on a person, but yeah, I think that one's gonna be good. Is there a good cam APK for Note 20? Yeah, I've had it since I got the phone. It works great. It tends to go a little dark, but I have Google's auto white balance on, which typically goes darker. But yeah, really, it makes all of my photos really look good, especially in bright areas. It really pops. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Let's see. You shouldn't show how to download it. Just show the difference between the Gcam and the Samsung software. Then put a link in the description. Would that still give you a strike? I'll try that. I'll show I won't show how to download it. I'll just show which one I used and what, because that's the thing. Of course, I need to tell you guys which one it is, because if I take you to a general site that has all of them, so that the link wouldn't give me a strike, I at least have to tell you which one it is. So yeah, we'll see. But thank you, Denard, for concerning. Yeah, but I don't want to get a strike, obviously. Any opinions yet on the newest version of the Moto Razr that's coming out soon? I hear it's been updated as far as the camera and battery. Yes, I really, if you look at, again, I mean, I've talked about him a couple times this episode, but if you look at Mr. Mobile's review on it, it just came out yesterday, I believe, on the camera. The camera is really right there with the Z Flip. So those are the two flip phones, right? It doesn't have a wide angle, which kind of sucks. The screen is really nice on it, but yeah, the battery life is still just okay, it seems like. Better. But yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of style, I would choose the Samra more for the versatility. I don't need the front screen, I would say, as much as the more battery life, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion on it. I'm not that interested. I love this kind of opening for a foldable display rather than having the flip up one. I really will say I was surprised in his review. He showed how like easy it was to go like this and open the screen. So I was like, whoa, I know I couldn't do that with the Z Flip. So that was really impressive. So I would say if opening up one-handed is important to you, the Moto actually looks better than the Z Flip on that instance. But having the wide-angle camera would really clinch it for me for the Z Flip. Plus having Samsung software and the battery life. And so the Moto Razr, I would say it looked even better in some instances during the day. The low light though is where Samsung just destroyed it. So yeah, but that's all the fun stuff about those two comparisons. If the Z Fold didn't exist, I would looked at the LG Wing. I had the LG 9400 many years ago, similar, but it had a number pad underneath instead. Tony Stark used it in Iron Man 1. It was in Iron Man 1. He literally, I think, called like Rhodey or someone in it. Yeah, but he flipped it open and it was typing. I remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah. Did your Pixel Buds cut out after 150? I think I will play that on the lotto. What? Did your Pixel Buds... I haven't had Pixel Buds. Cut out after 150. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Not sure what you're talking about, Brian. Let me know. Is Gcam available for the Note 20 Ultra? Yes, like I said, I've used it since the beginning. How dare they close to your son's birthday? Yes. Samsung M51, 7,000 milliamp battery. Why can't we get that big battery in Samsung flagship phones? I mean, we got it on the S20 Ultra, but for some reason not on the Note 20 Ultra. Yeah, that was my big thing that I was definitely annoyed with, that we didn't get that for sure. Streaming from the new laptop? No, I'll be getting my new laptop the middle of this week. Why you always hot? No AC? Yeah, no AC here, so I got fans running. That's about it. No AC. We decided just to hold off on the AC. We'll see if we can make it. It's not as hot anymore. It's just, you know, certain days a little bit warmer. Some people telling me that the X Flip 5G, the newest update to wireless DeX. I even have a screenshot from a Samsung rep. I just want to find out if I'm about to jump from the Z Flip from my S20 Plus. So as long as it gets the update of 2.5 One UI, then it should be good, which I would imagine that one has. I'd be surprised if it didn't do it out of the box, but it should definitely get the update sooner than later. Another thing you can use, by the way, instead of wireless DeX, is your companion app from Windows. It's built into the notification panel so that when you swipe down, it's right there. But it's just linked to Windows right here. I use that literally all the time. That's how I connect actually wirelessly to both my computer at home and my computer at work. So I really love that, just because I get everything. I can even open just an app by itself now with the latest update. So I would go more for that personally, but I'm sure if wireless DeX isn't on the Z Flip 5G, that it will be coming to it. Is Mobile Fun in the US? Yes, they have a US website and a UK website, so they have both. They do have a 2-piece, but it's 1 to 2 weeks out. Cheap shipping, 10 to 15 days. My Z Fold 2 is supposed to come on 10/9. Guess I snooze if I snoozer too long on cases. Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to get a case, get it as soon as you can, basically. So order today, don't wait out too long for it. With the Tab 7 Plus, hope to see a tips and tricks. Love mine. I will do one, because I haven't done one on a tablet for a long time. And man, do I have just so much of a good navigation system for tablets now for Samsung. So definitely will. I haven't seen any YouTube video on it with that, so really big for that. You can play a 1080p YouTube video on the Fold 2. Yeah. I mean, I was playing a bunch of YouTube videos. I didn't see what resolution they were. Had my Wi-Fi off because I try to have as little Wi-Fi on as possible when I stream. Let's see. Huh. I wonder if that is something. Can you only do 720p? That's very interesting. I'll have to look into that. I don't know if you can max out 1080p on the videos. Hey, that's funny. Look, I'm there. I'm right there. I'm looking at it. It's Inception. All right. Phone sales are changing. Cheaper phones doing better. iPhone 11 is the best selling. Xiaomi's budget mid-ranger second, and Samsung A51 flagship sales are dropping. Yeah, flagship sales are definitely dropping. Is it the A51 now that's the best one? I thought it was the A71, but I guess it could have changed. Or maybe I was wrong, it was A51 last quarter. Does having a good internet speed have any advantages when pre-ordering flagship stuff? I don't. I mean, you don't want to have a bad internet speed, but I don't think having the fastest really helps you too much, no. Because obviously, like those YouTubers that I was mentioning, Austin Evans, Unbox Therapy, or no, not Unbox Therapy, so Your Average Consumer, and Angry Joe all have high-end internet, and yeah, they weren't able to get it for a while, so yeah. Can you do an improved and updated video on the reduced battery drain from Google Play services while being on mobile data? With Wi-Fi, there's nowhere near as much. Just need a tips for reducing it. I haven't had any issues with Google Play services draining my battery or anything like that. I have had that in the past with other phones, but I haven't had that with any phone for like a year or so. It's never come up in the top of it. So yeah. Whoa, hold your bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Let's see. Hey, happy to be catching live. It's tough since starting a new job. Got the White Note 20 Ultra for my birthday on the 16th. Love it so far. Congratulations and happy late birthday. Hello, sir. Hello, Drag. QVC has an Amazon Fire 8 inch for $48 after postcode new. Good tablet for casual user or a kid. More for a kid. I would say even a casual user would get frustrated with that tablet in terms of just like doing, if you run multiple things at the same time, it's gonna be annoying to you. I would say for a kid that should be fine, but yeah, I would also just get the kid version. The kid version actually covers if it breaks. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. I will probably get a Fire tablet for my son when he's like 4, 3 or something like that, but I'll get the one that covers all cracking, breaking, and all that kind of stuff. I agree with you about the Note. People love it, including me. Keep the Note line alive. I completely agree. Samsung will lose me if they drop the Note line. I think that's a lot of it, yeah. Can you make a video on UI 3.0 beta? I'm actually not in the beta testing for One UI. I'll look into it, but yeah, I've never been into the beta testing for the new UI systems. As far as I know, it was only available for the S20. I guess it could be available for others, but that's the only one I knew about, which I do not have an S20. I think Samsung makes the best phones. A lot of people do. I don't think you can argue that Samsung makes the best phones since they make the Samsung and the iPhone. So they make the iPhone, they make the Samsungs, and those are the two best-selling phones in the world. Also, is the deep link still working to join pre-beta? I tried and said my device was incompatible because I have a Sprint S20. I don't know which ones were working on that, so I'm not positive. I haven't really looked into the beta stuff. I got the Samsung Beans too. They got a nice sound. Should I just have the IC? Hopefully not. Ricky, if any big tech companies ever make an app similar to YouTube, contents is monetized, would you consider moving your content, or do you think nobody can compete with YouTube? I don't think anybody can compete with YouTube, to be quite honest. I know that because I've had several companies reach out to me and say like, "Hey, we'll pay you more per video, all yada 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 yada." The problem is the market has settled on YouTube, and unless you offer something really different, or YouTube makes such a big issues for themselves, I don't see another platform eventually coming in and challenging them. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Would I consider it? Absolutely. I have considered it. Literally probably 8 times another company has come out and said they were going to be the next YouTube, and said they were going to be for the creators and all that kind of stuff, and they never got up off the ground. None of them have, unfortunately. Honestly, so surprised by how good the Bud Lives are. They are amazing. The Bud Lives are really, they are my go-to now. They are my go-to now. So I still have the Jabras at home, and I have the sound cores, the Anchor sound cores, in my backpack. So like my main ones for work, basically. But honestly, nowadays, I'm taking the Beans Live over both of them when I go. It's my travel one now. Which I don't travel much, to be quite honest. So it's either the ones I replace at home or replace at work, basically. You know what's pretty cool? 51st date questions. Shameless plug, hashtag, of course. So yeah, if you guys don't know about 51st Date Questions, it is a game that I created 2 years ago, or I believe now. Has over 50,000 downloads, I believe now, so really kind of cool in that aspect. Thank you guys for everyone that has downloaded it. If you haven't downloaded it, it's a great game to play on a first date or with your significant other for a great date night. I know we are very limited in our date nights right now, so this is something that it's a lot of fun. You ask them a question, they ask you questions, you find out about each other, and you'd be surprised on the answers you get. 51st Date Questions is available to download on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store in the description down below. You can try those standalone ACs or move it from room to room. Yeah, unfortunately though, those are really loud, and that's why I never got those. But yeah, I'm eventually going to get a new AC probably before next summer. That's the plan right now. Maybe next spring kind of thing. We'll see how hot it gets in the next month. I just thought to remind you, you have to best tech live show in all YouTube. Well, thank you so much, Paul. I really do appreciate that. I mean, 1080p 60 on the Fold right now. Okay, so you're getting 1080p at 60 on the Fold right now. Nope, I was streaming 1440p. It works on 5G, but I'm in New York. Got it. Okay, so other people are getting it just fine. Is the Samsung FE hype train real? Not for me. I guess if you haven't gotten a phone, a lot of people are interested in it, mainly because what the price will be. I think the Samsung FE really should be 800 or under, but I'm afraid if it's more expensive, then it will just, be obscure. Hey, Bill, thank you so much for the Super Chat donation, sir. I really do appreciate it. All the support tonight. It's so awesome, guys. I'm buying a lot of stuff. I'm selling stuff so I can afford these things, or at least help out with some of the payments. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff I'm trying to get. I don't get a lot of these things for free, except for the odd obscurity like this watch or something like that. Really cool. But yeah, I try to basically get if I can afford it, I try to buy. I know you guys love Samsung stuff. That's what gets my most views out of all the videos. So I try to continue to support buying those so that you guys will have videos you can watch. Is One UI Home taking up a lot of your battery on the Note 20 Ultra? It does on mine. Is there a way to fix it? Check out our video on how to speed up and save battery life on the Note 20 Ultra. It does not take up a lot of it on mine. One UI doesn't, but I really kind of streamline all the stuff that runs in the background. So it runs as fast as possible. There's no lag on it, but you also don't drain your battery as much after doing those tips. So make sure to check out that video. It's like a 15-minute video. It's pretty long, but your phone will run so much better after it. When you buy a new phone that comes with the SIM card, do you need to use it, or can you swap it for your old SIM card? No, you can just put your old SIM card in it and you're set. That's all you need to do. Put your old SIM card in it and you're good. At least that's how it works in the US. I'm not sure if it's from another country or anything like that, but in the US, all you need to do is put your your old SIM card in there. There are certain carriers that do make you call in. Like I believe Verizon's one of them. If you have it on their plan, you have to call it in. You can't just put in the SIM card. I think that it still does that. At least it did. I'm not sure if they changed it. But like for T-Mobile, I've never had to go into a store. I've never had to activate a new SIM card. I literally just always flip and flop my SIM cards, which is nice because when you have multiple phones, it's very good and convenient for that purpose. Oh, it didn't let you post your link. Oh, sorry about that. Ricky, why does the ISO store make more money than Android? What's the reason for this? To be quite honest, I don't have the end all and be all answer for that. It is interesting, right? Because obviously there's way more Android users in the world than there are iPhone users by far, like not even close. So why then does the iOS store make more? It could be because a lot of apps still, go first on the iOS store, but it could be that Apple doesn't make as many deals with people as Google does. So Google makes a lot of different ways so you can download the app outside of the Play Store. Apple doesn't. There's no way to download an app outside of Apple's App Store. And although that might seem small or insignificant, take what Fortnite is going through right now. That is millions of dollars that Apple gets because you have to get it through its store. However, if I want to download Fortnite on Google right now, I can, and Google makes no money off of it. So that is a big thing that, causes Apple to get a lot more in terms of it. Every app has to be from their store, whereas Android, you don't have that. And in countries like China, right? In China, you don't even have a Google Play Store. You have their store. So Google makes no money off of that entire continent. Well, not the entire continent of Asia, but at least China and probably some other countries surrounding it. So a good chunk of Asia, they don't make money off of. It is still in India, so that's another big market, another country that really has it. But yeah, so that's a lot of it, right? Whoa, Clark, thank you so much. Did I miss your video on battery saving tips for the S20 Note Ultra? I did one for the S20. However, if you have an S20 and you've updated to the 2.5 One UI, use the Note video as a reference. So that's just kind of a general rule, by the way. Say if you had a Note 10 and it's now gotten updates, you might want to take a look at the S20 or Note 20 video just to get better improvements for it. So yeah, but yes, I did definitely do that for sure. Would those tips work for video about the Note 20 Ultra battery health, the S20 Plus as well? You can show me the link, please. So yeah, Quiet Storm sent you the link. But yes, those would definitely help your overall phone experience on there. I'm almost positive I did one for the S20 as well. I think I did a how to set up your camera, how to do all that kind of stuff on that video. So yeah, it should be all set. How much do you think it would cost to fix a laptop that won't boot up because of an LCD failure? I do not know, to be quite honest. I'm not a technician in that regard. I can fix things when I have the time on like a desktop, but when it comes to laptops, they're very much more complicated to repair than my scope. but yeah, so that's the big thing that I would say. I mean, a lot of Best Buys are open now, so I would say maybe go in there and get a quote from Geek Squad. Have you tried to link to Windows yet? Dude, it's amazing. Literally use the phones on my Surface Laptop 3. This partnership with Microsoft. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Link to Windows is what I use, actually. So I use it on my laptop, which is a Dell. Dell has their own, which is called Dell Connect. I don't like it as much. But yeah, Link to Windows is amazing on Samsung. They do have a regular version. You can get it from anywhere called Phone Companion. So you can download it on any Android device. But apparently what other people have told me is it's not as good as the Samsung version. So I guess the Samsung version is just newer. It is a really big partnership with Microsoft, and it works very well. So I think I answered all those questions. Yep. Okay. Android is now Microsoft. Where does this mean the relationship between Google and Microsoft? Well, that's a really interesting insight. So Android is Microsoft in terms of the dominant OS on computers has and pretty much always will be Microsoft Windows. The dominant mobile OS pretty much has been since it rivaled iOS is going to be Android. It just far oversees iOS by every stretch of the imagination in terms of its vast reach. So what will that mean? Well, Windows has tried to get into the mobile sphere, has failed time and time again. And to be quite honest, I don't think Microsoft has the right people working for them to make something that could take over the mobile market. I don't. I haven't seen amazing innovation from them since the first Surface. Even every Surface since, like, in my opinion, hasn't been as good in terms of innovating. I do not like the Surface Go series, for instance. I believe that they could have definitely done things differently. They've never been able to get the ARM processors correct, and Apple is doing it, at least, I don't know when the first Windows RT came out, but at least 5+ years later, Apple's just coming out and doing it right. Now, Android obviously isn't on a laptop, but you do have Chrome OS there. Chrome OS, I truly do believe, could take over by a lot if they would switch to ARM processors. They should drop every Intel processor, every AMD processor, switch to ARM processors. That way, every Android app will work on it perfectly. Like, it was something that clicked so well when Apple showed that they were going to do it, that I was like, why don't Chromebooks do this? And they should. They should totally copy Apple, and they should totally do a Chrome OS with ARM processors. All Android apps will work on it, and suddenly Chrome OS is pretty comparable then, because then they have much better graphics. So for video editing, you can use KineMaster and really push it against something like Premiere. You can use really big photo editors like Gimpy and all these other ones to really go against Photoshop. So yeah, it really would be. And how much quicker would Photoshop go onto Chromebooks if they had an ARM chip? Take it seriously compared to the regular version. I think it's something that if anyone will cross over a bit more, I think Chrome OS has definitely done a better job in terms of going to the PC market than Microsoft ever has going to the mobile market. Before your phone companion app, I could do calls and texts. The new link to Windows, you can pretty much use every app on the phone or your laptop mirrored to your phone. Yeah, I've actually done some videos with it mirrored to my phone that way. Yes, it is the stream warning alert, aka Ricky, don't get Ricky in trouble with the wife alert, coming up. So we'll just answer a few more questions. Ricky, Windows is 100x better than Chrome OS. Yeah, it is. I mean, look, I used, I mean, most people, if you follow my social media, you'll know this, but about, I think 2 months ago, I went to work without my laptop. I was able to complete my workday with my, I think it was my S20 at the time. I don't think I had the Note 20 yet. So I think it was my S20 DeX with a Bluetooth mouse and a keyboard that wasn't Bluetooth, but it was the little adapter, the USB adapter, and I had a Type-C hub, so I was able to connect the not the TV, the monitor, the USB keyboard, and everything worked. I was able to get through my full workday, didn't have any issues. Was able to get to the end of the day, and I pretty much got 95% of things done. I had to do one thing when I got home on a PC, but that was an entire workday. You know, in terms of what I do, in terms of social media marketing, and those kind of things. So you're able to do a lot, but is it something that I would want to go back to? No, I didn't like it. I knew I could do things faster and quicker on it, but is it an acceptable substitute in a pinch? Sure. Before the Note 8 now is linked Windows built into Note 20. Yes, yeah, like it has been built in for the past few phones. Thing is that Phone Companion or Phone Link are, when you use the Samsung with a PC, I use Mac OS and Mac Pro. Got it. So DeX Wireless is perfect for that, absolutely. Makes complete sense then, Luca. I'm planning on switching to switch to the Z Flip 5G, and everybody online says it does not have DeX. I think it does, but only wireless DeX. That would be very interesting if it only had wireless DeX. I mean, the easiest thing to do, if you can, maybe go into a Best Buy, go into settings, and type in DeX. And if it comes up there, then you know it should be fine. But yeah, I guess that would be the kind of quick way of checking. Trying to think if there's another thing you could do, but I mean, that would be probably the easiest thing you could do just right away. All right, I think that'll be the last of the questions, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I got to knock out some of these videos before bed, so I will bid you adieu. Thank you guys always so much again. If you can, make sure to give a like, thumbs up. And before leaving, again, if you can, enter this contest and get the chance to win some free stuff from Mr. Mobile, including phones and all this kind of stuff. But 7 days left for this contest. If you can share this on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, tag me in it. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much again. I just, again, the idea that I could collab with him one day would be so cool for me. So yeah. Thank you guys always again for watching. Whoa, thank you so much for the last Super Chat donation. Kylo Tech, really do appreciate that on the way out. Thank you guys again for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me.